Good evening. Welcome to the Lucidus podcast, where I've got a kitty in my lap. I have a beautiful little cat in my lap, where I explore everything because I believe in the infinite, unbounded potential within each of us, and because I believe everything is connected to everything else. A beautiful jewel in Indra's net is connected to the entire cosmos. So today I'm exploring shoes. The lovely shoes we wear both figuratively and literally. And it all began a few days ago. I was getting ready one morning and I suddenly had a flash, like this image in my mind of all these shoes and the stories they told. It reminded me when I was in India and we'd go to the mosques, temples, outside the Taj Mahal, and there would be hundreds of shoes outside. And, I would think, so many shoes. If you've never been there, it's quite amazing. In just this sort of semi-chaotic pile of shoes on the ground or on the floor. And I would set mine down and wonder, am I going to find my shoes when I come back? So it's that kind of massive set of shoes that I saw in my head as I was getting ready. And in that moment, the words came, are you going to judge my shoes? Or are you going to wear them? And it was such a beautiful moment for me because I realized how often I've done it, but in this sense, I will take responsibility right now. I've absolutely judged other people's shoes, figurative and literal, and decided who they were based on that. But in that moment, it was actually different. I've had some judgmental people in my life, and in that moment, that's what it was showing me is, are those people willing, are they just going to judge my shoes? Or are they willing to actually wear my shoes? So I'd like to offer, what would it mean to wear someone's shoes? One, I don't think you ever can. Never, it's impossible. You never really know. Two, pretending doesn't usually work, but you could, it's a good try. I think you absolutely should. I would say the closest I've come is through my meditation. There are times when I'm deep in meditation where I'm not focusing on anyone, right? My Vipassana meditation is about breath and sensations. It's not focused on any kind of mantra or any person or any other thing. But I'll be sitting there and suddenly, something will arise within me and it may be a person. And in that moment, and I mean a moment, like for one breath, I am able to, as much as possible, just sort of feel what it is to wear their shoes. Just to feel what it is to wear their shoes, to be who they are. And again, I may be totally off base, but the reason I think I might be pretty on base with this in those moments is because when I feel that for one breath, when I wear their shoes, when I have a sense of who or of what it may be like to be them, I am filled with such deep compassion that there are no words. The compassion I feel is immense. And I cannot judge in that moment from that space. When I wear their shoes, it is impossible to judge because the compassion is so great. And this is generally with people that I'm struggling with, right? So there's people that I'm judging. There's no judgment for them. And this extends as far as the rapist. I've had moments with the rapist where I'm like, probably twice it's happened with him where I'm like, I can't even judge him for what he did, feeling a sense of what it is to wear his shoes. Sadly, that was his best. So I actually don't know about that. I don't know about his best. But in that moment, I just thought I can't judge. There was just no room for judgment because the compassion was so great. I'm going to stop with that because that's that's actually as close to the truth as I can convey of those moments. With other people who've done, like, quote, lesser ills in the world, I feel like I'm way off track. It bothered me that I brought up the rapist. I'm not trying to prove a point. Not trying to prove that I'm right or that I'm better or that I can do something other people can't do or any of that stuff. I don't in any way want this to be self-righteous. What I did want to share was the beauty of that moment when I suddenly saw all the shoes and all the lives and all the stories, all the ancestry, right? 2 feet slip on a pair of shoes. Well, those feet belong to eons of ancestors, right? We're carrying literally, the DNA of millennia. And so who knows the stories they hold in those feet, the souls of their feet, their souls that they carry with them. And in that moment, I felt a reprieve for myself from the judgments others have cast upon me. Why can't you be like this? Why aren't you like this? You should be like this. This is really wrong of you to be like the way you are. You really should be better at this. You really, it was like a reprieve from all the people who have told me all the ways I'm wrong, and all the ways I'm deficient, and all the ways I should be. And it was such a beautiful moment. And I just thought, I'm so tired of people judging my shoes. I think if people actually wore my shoes for a day, for a breath, same. If they were given the same amount of time that I've been given, one breath, to feel and know and wear my shoes and wear what it is to be me, they would see me as I do, and that is as someone who's done a damn good job. A damn good job with the shoes I've been given, literal and figurative. A damn good job. And I know I've talked a lot about compassion in the past few months, and it continues to be an incredible teacher for me. There's just no room for judgment when I am in a compassionate state. And so that's what I offer you for yourself, to find if you can begin to explore compassion for yourself, compassion for others. It's offered me a chance to deeply soften my own judgments of myself and interestingly enough, and my judgments of other people about me. And I've allowed my own judgments to be very harsh, and I've allowed other people's harsh judgments of me to be very harsh. And I'm beginning to soften my own judgments about myself, and I'm beginning to soften when others want to reflect to me their experience of me or how they think I should be. Even sometimes when I might agree and think, I wish I was like that, but I'm not. So there's no reason wishing in this moment. I know that this is my best, and that must be enough. It must be enough. So that's my big. It's very small. Just a little tidbit for you to think about. Notice when you judge people's literal shoes. Take a look around. Take a look around at people's shoes and be like, I bet they're like that. Oh yeah, they got cowboy boots on. They got high heels on. They got whatever on, right? And then begin to notice the way you judge their figurative shoes, the way they walk in the world, and how you're sure they should be doing better, and they could be doing better, and why aren't they doing better, and they should be this way, and the blah blah blah. And then maybe offer one breath of compassion. Offer them one breath and take that one breath. Offer them compassion. And see if maybe what they're doing is I don't even want to use an adjective because it's so inappropriate. Like compassion doesn't have adjectives. What they're doing is who they are. And who we are, who I am, so far from perfect, so far from how I thought I might be or wish I were. And that's okay. Like, it's just becoming more and more okay. This is how I am. This is how I am. And I honestly believe I'm tired of striving. I'm just so tired of it. And so I'm not playing that game anymore where I'm going to get better. I'm just done. Done with the striving to be better in any way. I'm done. I think it's harmful, honestly. It's harmful for me. I am finding more and more peace in being compassionately me. And when I'm not compassionately me, in being me. And yeah. So, offering you a chance to judge some shoes, see what you think, see what you like, and take care of yourself. Bye-bye.